Hey, you guys, and welcome to the very first episode of Full Transparency Podcast with Donnie Wiggins, and I am so excited to be here. First of all, let me not even start off lying. Let me start off being fully transparent. I'm kind of nervous. Do you know what today is? It's my anniversary. Ooh, my anniversary. Hey, do you know for... Welcome to another episode of Full Transparency with Donnie Wiggins. And this is not just another episode, y'all. It's been 1 year. Somebody type 1 in the comments wherever you're watching this right now, because it's been 1 year, 12 months that we have been doing Full Transparency. And can y'all believe, do y'all remember when I did not want to do my own solo podcast? I only wanted to do Social Proof Podcast. It has been 1 year today. If you're watching this, the day this dropped, it's been 1 year today. And as you can see, honey, I am super, super excited. And I had to save a very special guest for the commemoration of my 1 year Full Transparency Podcast episode. But before I introduce her, I need y'all to celebrate me in the comments real quick. I'ma wait. I need y'all to celebrate me in the comments real quick, because 1 year of commitment to anything is not easy, especially 1 year commitment, putting myself up for public display, public judgment, public everything. You know how y'all be doing in the comments sometimes. I am so excited to be here. And if you are an entrepreneur who has been along this journey with me for the last 12 months, 12 days, 12 hours, I thank you so much for being a part of the Full Transparency Podcast community. So without further ado, I want to bring somebody to you guys that I am super excited. When I was thinking about my 1 year anniversary, I was thinking about what guest I wanted to sit on this sofa with me. And I couldn't think of anybody more appropriate than my girl, Miss Milano Di Rouge. Milan Harris is here with me, you guys, and I am so excited. I think they've been waiting for this one.
Congratulations on your 1 year anniversary.
Thank you.
I'm so excited to be here.
I am excited to have you. Thank you so much for being here.
See, I'm a little low-key nervous, though.
What are you nervous about?
Because it's
I'm gonna
you.
just push this up. What do you mean?
Because it's you.
Because it's me?
Because what is you going to ask me?
I'm about to ask you everything.
So typically, before I do a podcast, I get the questions sent over ahead of time. And this girl.
No, listen, and she's telling the truth, because she literally says, so we don't have any questions. We just gonna wing this, like have a conversation. And I'm like, yep.
Let me see if my media training works. Because if you ask me some off the wall, I'm going to be like, so, yeah, we're starting this, you know, I'm going to change the subject.
Mm-hmm,
but, all right.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm excited.
I'm not going to do it, but this is full transparency.
Yes.
Okay.
But this is full transparency. And one thing Milano is good at is being transparent without being naked. So that's the one
Tell
thing.
me what that means to you.
It just means like giving what I want to give and not all of me.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything is, some parts of me is reserved.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a reserved person. Mm-hmm. So I like to give enough really to inspire people,
Yeah.
but I don't have to give you everything, you know?
Yeah. You do a really good job at making the world, your part of the world, feel like they know you. Like everybody, when you post something on Instagram, we post a lot of stuff together, and people will be like, oh my God, Milan is always so happy. She's always smiling. She's always laughing. She's always this. You do a really, really great job. And I can say that that is you on camera and off camera. What has you so happy right now?
Child, my man. It's like,
it's her man.
It's like
in manifestation.
Yes, I'm claiming it. But I'm just happy. Like I always been a happy person. You know? Like even when things weren't so great, I just always had this happy energy. I always had a really big smile. And now I got the grin lines that's just stuck.
They stuck.
They just permanently just imprinted in my face from smiling all the time. But yeah, I'm just happy off life. Like God is so good.
Mm-hmm.
He's been blessing me. And yeah, I'm happy.
God has been super blessing you. Like, people think that we've known each other for so long, but we've only known each other for 1 year. You guys, a little bit more than 1 year. We've known each other longer than we've had the podcast.
I think probably 14 months.
Yeah, it's been
months.
14.
November.
December, January, 15 months. It's been 15 months that we've known each other, but it does feel like forever.
Right.
And you are who you are. In this industry, or in the industry of like entrepreneurs, especially Black women entrepreneurs, it can go either way with making new friends, right? And I know that you are often really reserved but welcoming. I'm reserved but welcoming. What is the formula for you to like what you look for in new girlfriends?
The formula for me is I don't look for new girlfriends. I'm friendly. I know how to be friendly without being friends, because like I'm just at a space in my life where like I just want to be kind to people and just be friendly to anybody. But when it comes to the friendship word, I'm really big on that, because I know that I'm a good person and I know the value I bring, and I just don't allow too many people in my space. You know, I always say like my presence is the present, and but I do give it to you. If I do meet you and I'm around you, I'm going to give you all of the juice and everything that I have, you know, at that time. But when it comes to like the friendship word, that means a lot to me.
Yeah.
So I just can't, and I've been let down so many times that at this big age, it's like, it got to be something like an organic connection that I feel. Yeah.
Yeah. It's so funny that you said that, because my business partner, Brother David, and I we're in the process of
Did you call him Brother David?
Brother. He's my brother.
Oh, no, you made it sound like a brother. Yeah, brother David.
We are in the process of starting a new business partnership involving another friend of ours. And we had to have like this real heart-to-heart conversation. He's like, listen, you and I have been working together for the last so many years. I want to make sure that we're good in this trio space, because it's 2 women, 1 man, you know, that can get real tricky. And he said exactly what you said. He said, because at this big age, I cannot be risking losing friends over stuff that we could have just done without.
Right.
Yeah.
That's so important.
Yeah, that is super important. So Milano Di Rouge.
Yes.
You have what I believe, I don't even want to say the next, because you're now.
Like that.
Like you're already now. You have been recognized by Inc. 5000, and you are one of the award recipients of, is it Inc. 500 or Inc. 5000?
5,000.
Inc. 5000. You are one of the award recipients for what they've recognized as one of the fastest growing businesses in the U.S. Congratulations to that.
Thank you so much.
What are you doing to be so successful? It feels like you just blew up out of nowhere.
11 years. I have an amazing team. So it's definitely teamwork. And I love what I do. I feel like that's like the secret to everything. Like I truly love what I do, and I work really hard. Like I'm always working.
Always.
I'm always working. And I think a lot of people, I feel like that's the misconception of like entrepreneurship and just the beauty and the glamour of what people see. But I like to work, and I work my butt off, because I know like if I don't work, my team don't eat. So I love what I do though. So it doesn't really feel like work, but I'm always working. Even on vacation, I got my laptop there. Like I work hard.
How did it start though? Like day one, take me back to 11 years ago when you said, first of all, where did the idea to launch your own clothing line even come from?
Okay, so day one, child, so many day ones. Day one, I remember, do you want me to tell the full?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, it's a new audience, so, okay. I remember I was in my microeconomics class, and I don't know what they were talking about, the professor was talking about, but I remember texting my sister and my 4 stepsisters like, yo, we should do a t-shirt brand, and our t-shirts can have different sayings on it. And I'm like, we can do a website. One of y'all can have glasses. The other one can sell shoes. Like, I was just thinking like, because like we were all fly, like we can have our own business. And we ended up having a fish fry, and we all walked away with $300 each, but no one put the money towards the business. Like we had a fish fry to raise money so we can start our business.
Right.
But no one put the money towards the business, including me. And then a year later, I just found myself doing everything that I said I wanted us to do together. I found myself doing it. So yeah, I was trying to figure out a name for my brand. First, it was going to be Rouge di Milano.
Okay.
And then, like, I had my shirts with Rouge di Milano. I was mocking them up on, forget the name of their website, but it was like a Photoshop. And then I ended up switching it at the last minute, right before it went to print. And I changed it to Milano Di Rouge. And I'm so happy. It just sounds so much better.
What does it mean?
Making dreams reality.
Okay.
But, so, Milano Di Rouge, in college, I created the alter ego, Milan Rouge. That's when Beyonce had Sasha Fierce, the Sasha Fierce era. I created the alter ego, Milan Rouge. And then when it was time to, so like 4 years later when I created Milano Di Rouge, typically designers name the brands after themselves. So I was Googling the Italian interpretation of Milan Rouge, and it said Milano Di Rouge. And it also said Rouge di Milano. So that's where I got it from. But I made it mean making dreams reality. So the MDR, the acronym.
I love that.
Yeah.
And you didn't start with a whole big clothing line. You started with that one signature T-shirt?
I started with 2 signature sweatshirts.
Okay.
I wore one and I sold the other one. And I flipped it and I bought 5.
Wait, no, literally like, okay, we're going to print 2. I'm going to wear one to market it, and then I'm going to sell the other one, take that money.
And then bought 5 more.
And bought 5 more.
Yep. So the first day I wore it, I was so happy. I remember the guy name, he probably don't even realize it. He from Philly. His name Ayo. I just so happened to go to the club. I wasn't going to a party, but I just stopped by with my friend because he owned the club. And I went in there. I had on a sweatshirt and I had on jeans. I literally wasn't dressed. But he was like, yo, that sweatshirt dope. And that wasn't the first time I ever wore it. And I'm like, okay, so somebody liked my shirt. So I posted it and I put it on Instagram and I'm like, I have a sweatshirt available. Who want it? I just can't remember the name of my first customer, but they definitely lived at Roosevelt Boulevard. So if you're watching this, hey girl, thank you for your support.
Did you tell her at that time that she was your first customer?
That was the first time I posted it. Nah, I just think I don't even remember what I posted. I need to go look at their post. It's still on my Instagram. I gotta go find it. I think I just posted and said I got shirts.
I got shirts. Who want it?
Yeah.
So you sell these 2. Instantly, you're like, okay, we're on to something. So you go and take that money and you buy 5 more.
I sold 1 because I wore 1. I sold 1, and then I just bought 5 more. It wasn't me thinking like we're on to something. It was just me thinking like I don't got nothing to lose.
Were you thinking though at the time that you were intentionally building an empire, or were you just trying to like hustle for some extra money?
No, I was thinking I'm building a brand. It was never about me hustling for money, because all of the money that I was making at that time, I would just be putting right back into Milano. So it was just like, I was just building little by little. And I remember it came a time, so I used to sell my shirts out of my trunk. I would drive around Philly delivering shirts out the trunk of my car. And I would do that like every day of the week. And then it got to the point where I'm like, okay, on Tuesdays and Thursdays is the days that I'm building my brand. Yeah. I'm not going out selling, I'm building my brand. And people will call me and I'm like, hey, I'll be open tomorrow. And they're like, you can't just give me a shirt? Like, what, my money ain't good enough? Or I'll pay you extra. And I was like, of course your money is good enough. Of course I would love your money, but what I'm building is bigger than this right now. And I knew it. I saw the vision. So like, that was the only time I could be on my computer and really think about like what's next, you know, and researching and Googling. So my Tuesdays and my Thursdays became my work days. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I would just be delivering shirts whenever somebody hit me up. But I had to set some boundaries so I can grow.
Where'd you get business acumen from?
I was in college for business entrepreneurship.
But where did that come from? So you go from high school, did you just blindly pick a major, or did you have some direction? No,
what's so crazy is I had ended up finding my 4th grade notebook, and it says, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I had put that I want to own my own magazine, and I wanted to own a health clinic, a free health clinic called The Beauty of Knowing. And I'm like, dang, like, so I always had like an ownership mindset. I didn't realize it then, but it just was something that was in me.
Yeah, that's crazy, because my mom has in my baby book, she has, in 4th grade, we did these projects where we had to like draw our future selves as adults. And I wanted to own a magazine and be a lawyer.
Wow. That's so like, I feel like a podcast is like having your own magazine.
Yeah.
I feel like, so like, you know what, my app, or Milano Di Rouge app, is like really laid out like a magazine. Like, we give advice, we share style ideas. We give relationship of tips. Like, we do everything because that's how I started. Before I started Milano Di Rouge, a year before that, I had started a blog.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I had a blog.
You did?
My blog was called So Juicy Baby. And it was so ratchet.
What you was sharing? The juice? What you was giving up?
All the juice. So me and my best friend Bree, we started.
Not your cousin.
No, not my cousin, my friend. We started this blog called So Juicy Baby. We had no idea what we were doing. We got like this Wix website, something that was easy to edit, and we called ourselves, like, we were the shade room of that time that never blew up to the shade room. But I'm a great writer, and she's a fantastic writer as well. So we started our little blog, and we was following, like, I think I was responsible for celebrity stuff, and she was responsible for like the sex column.
Oh, you had a sex column?
Yeah, we had a sex column and stuff. I was scared to write in the sex column, so that was like her lane. But yeah, I had a blog too. What was you wanted a blog? You have a blog right now on the app.
Yeah, the app is like, we call it the Dreamers Only section. Yeah, but my blog was IamMilanRouge.com, and I would share love advice, dating advice, relationship advice, and motivational advice. So that's the same thing we share on our app now. But I loved it. Like, and the reason why I started that blog was because I was a mediocre hairstylist. And one of my clients, she came to me. She was a faithful client too. Shout out to Kia. Because I was mediocre as hell.
What kind of hair did you do? I can't even imagine you standing behind a chair, parting somebody's hair, still pressing that thing on out. I can't even imagine.
Okay, so I do know how to press hair really good. I did burn somebody's curl once. Oh my God, it was so bad. Like, I was talking to her to distract her. I didn't want her to know that her curl came off.
No, you
I
burnt
put it in my pocket.
Off.
I was like, oh my gosh, like, they had me under pressure. My hands were sweating. I never did short hair before. I was like, oh my God, please hurry up, get on my chair.
Did she ever find out? Oh my God. I bet she found out and she never told you.
Yeah, well, she probably was like, oh my God. Yeah, I felt so bad. I'm like, my hands were sweating. My hands got so clammy. I'm like, I got to get her out of my chair. But yeah, I was mediocre hairstylist. But one of my clients, she was moving to Las Vegas, and she was like, I'm going to miss this conversation. I'm going to miss these conversations. Because a lot of people came to me. Well, I didn't have a lot of clients, but a lot of the people that did come to me, they came because of the advice I would give. So I was like their therapist. And she was like, I'm going to miss these conversations. She was like, I wish you could start a blog. And it was 2011 then. I had no idea what a blog was. So I'm like, a blog. So I went home, I Googled it, and that night I created my blog because everything that it said it was everything I wanted. So I would just spend so much time creating blog posts and doing research. So that way, like, the things that I was sharing was really credible. Like, I would share beauty secrets, and I just love that portion of it. But yeah, I was basically like their therapist. And the one thing that really, like, working in a hair salon is typically like a negative type of energy, especially back then.
A whole lot of gossip.
But I was so intentional, like, about my space. I was so intentional where I would not engage in the gossip. It was like, when it was me and my client, it was just me and my client. Yeah. So, like, they can tell me anything, and I would just try to give them, like, positive information, just so that they just feel good when they're in my chair. And it wasn't even like I had the best life at that time. Because once I left there, once I was off the clock, I probably was fighting. Like, I was going through some real stuff, but I never brought it to work.
Yeah.
I never brought what I was dealing with to work. And yeah, so that's one of the mottos I have at my headquarters now is, like, I try to create this environment and this atmosphere where, as though whatever you are dealing with, once you go through these doors, like, you're released from there. Like, you walking into the dreaming building. So that way, all of that pressure that you dealt with, like, you just release.
Yeah.
And that's because that's what I did when I used to go into the hair salon. Like, shit, I'm a whole different person.
When you walk in there.
Yeah. Because I used to just hear the conversations, and I'm like, I don't, this is draining. I live this life outside of here. This thing like draining me too much. Yeah. Let me just create my own world.
What were you fighting for? Like, what was going on with young Milan at that time that had you in these streets fighting?
I was only fighting because people didn't like me because of my boyfriends. And I say boyfriends because I fought through different stages in my life. Like, Because it was just crazy. Philly is crazy. I love my city. It's crazy.
You know, that's crazy though, because you would say Philly is crazy. However, I grew up with the same issues. Like, it's crazy how people don't like you because of who you're associated with or who you're dating. And I can remember, like, my first real fight, like my first, like, I got to drag somebody fight and like make a name for myself was when I went to high school, and I'm the new kid on the block. You know, you come in ninth grade,
Right.
and then you got I was in advanced classes. So I have all these senior boys trying to talk to me. You know, by the time you're a senior, you got your pre-established high school sweetheart.
Right.
And honey, they were not feeling it. You hear me? They were absolutely not feeling it. And I had a bully. What's so funny?
You had a bully?
I had a bully.
Somebody was bullying you?
Not for long, but yeah, I had a bully.
I hate bullies.
Yeah.
I absolutely hate bullies.
I had a bully, and years later, we would reconnect on Facebook. And I'm like taking people through my journey, much like you do. I'm taking people through my journey. I started on Facebook in like 2008, and I'm literally just like, I owned a clothing store. And I couldn't afford to paint the walls. So I had all these magazines from Inspiration, me and my then business partner, and we would tear pictures out of the magazine to put on the wall to like make it the decor, right? Anyway, so over the years, I'm going through this process, and you can literally see my come up happening in real time. And so I get this DM on Facebook, and it's from a young lady, and she says, I just want you to know that I am so inspired by you. I know that we haven't talked since high school or whatever, but you're really doing your thing. And if there's anything I can do to support you, let me know. Picked up my phone like, ain't this that? Oh, and the message ended in, do you think we could meet for coffee or something like that? And I said, oh, are we still on that?
Right.
Oh, she's trying to set me up. Because how I grew up, it's a setup, right? And so I'm looking at the message, and I remember having to sit on that message for a couple of days. Like, is she trying to set me up? But I'm looking at her page, and everything looks so positive.
Right.
But if she's trying to set me up, like, it can go down. Like, I'd rather meet you for that than you surprise me.
Right.
And because our relationship in high school was so bad, I just wasn't sure. Something told me to say yes. And we ended up meeting at Starbucks, and I reminded her, like, I'm sorry, I'm so confused because you used to antagonize me in high school. She had hardly any remembrance of it. She knew that we didn't get along, but she didn't remember how she terrorized me in high school. Like, her and her friend, I was scared to go to school some days. I knew that I was going to have to make an example out of somebody. Anyway, she ended up being my very first assistant.
Really? Wow.
I ended up hiring her, and she was my very first assistant, and she was awesome. And she's doing very well. She's doing big things today, but it's so incredible how life will change you.
I got a question. Have you ever really talked to her about the situation? Because, like, she probably don't have no remembrance of it because she may have been getting bullied too.
Yeah,
and
no.
A lot of bullies be going through a lot of stuff at home.
So, yes, we had a conversation about it. She didn't really remember, but she grew up in a great home. It was just, I went to school, not necessarily high school in the projects, but it was like I went to school on that middle line where you either had people coming from like the projects or you had middle class to wealthy families. And at that time, unfortunately, it was just cool to be mean. Like, when I was growing up, it was cool to be the girl who knew how to fight. And you took your homegirl's, side and all of that stuff. And I believe the beef was really with me and her friend, and she was just showing up, taking her homegirl side or whatever. But yeah, we're all cool now.
Right. That's good. You grow from it.
You definitely grow from it.
But look, if any young girls watching this show right now, or if you got any teenage girls, man.
Just don't.
Yeah. Like, literally everything you do has an impact on the lives of someone else. And you see how she was older, but she never forget how that person made her feel?
Never forgot.
Sometimes you forget what people did, what they said, but you never forget how they make you feel.
Never.
You want to make sure you're a person that make people feel good always, even if you don't feel your best. We need more good people.
And it really doesn't even matter because I know that we work with a lot of minors, middle school aged, high school aged. And sometimes these kids are just, they feel pressure to be products of their environment. Like there are so many young girls and boys that are growing up right now that feel like they have to be tough, right? And that's one of the reasons that I work so hard. When I started in this space for entrepreneurship, I only worked with women who were mothers because it was so important, and it's still so important to me. Like, I'm working so you know that you never have to do this. Right. When I became a mother, I'm like, I'm working so my daughter knows that she never even has to understand what hard decisions are in the way that I had to understand them, right? Like, you don't have to fight for everything. You can just simply work for some stuff. You don't have to be a mean girl. So like right. my brand today and who I am today and the reason that I make friends so well is because I despise like the mean girl culture. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think it has something to do with growing up, like dealing with issues like fighting and bullies. Right.
I remember we were out eating and I walked past somebody and I was like, "How your outfit is cute." And I thought she didn't hear me. Yeah. And I seen her again. I was like, "Oh, your outfit is cute." And she said, "Thank you." And you was like, "She's a mean girl." Mm-hmm. She heard you the first time.
She did. And it was the driest thank you. "Oh, thank you."
But what'd I say?
I don't care. I'm going to still speak to her.
I'm going to still say your outfit nice. Mm-hmm. Might not speak, but I'm going to still say it's nice. But it don't, like, that mean girl culture don't bother me. Mm-mm. You know? Because it's not my culture.
Because you're not one.
We are culture shifters.
We are culture shifters. We are the example of everything we wanted growing up. And we'll become the example of everything that we want today. You know what I love about our relationship? It's just so positive. Mm-hmm. Like, all we literally talk about is what we want out of life. Mm-hmm. We don't have negative conversations. We for real don't gossip about people. I can't think of like one sad, angry conversation we've ever had. Right. And that is so refreshing. There are moments in your career, if you're an entrepreneur, and I believe like your network is your net worth, right? Mm-hmm. It's so vital to build a good network. And sometimes we have to shake people who are so close to us that bring us back to or tempt us to go back to our own ways. And you have to find people that you have to recognize, because I don't believe we found each other. I believe that we were put in an environment and we recognized that we could add value to each other. So you have to recognize when people can add value and leverage that like right away, like take advantage of it right away and figure out how to have these new connections that can grow you and stretch you. We still got to do our vision board.
I know we did it partially. But yeah, I feel like I'm very big on, like I said earlier, energy. Mm-hmm. And not like talking about things is so much more important than talking about people, you know? Mm-hmm. If we ever talking about people, we're talking about how they inspired us, you know?
Period.
But like nothing negative. I just had too many of those conversations where people calling you, talking about people, and then you just hang up the phone and you just feel drained. It's like, dang, I ain't done all of that, you know? Like that's not the energy I want. Mm-hmm. And once you start to realize that, it's like, if that's the only thing we got in common is trauma bonds, I no longer want to be attached to that trauma. Like, you know,
say no to trauma bonds. Yeah,
I don't want to be attached to that trauma. I remember like when I used to get in fights, and I like, you make friends only because y'all two have the same enemy. Yes. And I'm like, well, I didn't make friends because we had the same enemy. I had people trying to make friends with me because we had the same enemy. And I'm like, no, like absolutely not. Because I'm not about to be talking about this enemy with you. Like I'm not, she's not about to be on my mind. Like, so yeah, I'm not big on that at all. I like good energy. I like good people. Good people need good people.
Good people need good people. That's it right there. So you're intentionally on this journey right now to becoming your best self.
Yes.
What does that look like?
Man, I be asking myself this all day because one of the things is like being healthier, eating healthier. And I had Doritos on the way here, and I was questioning every thought, like, dang, like, what am I doing? It's a journey.
Did you eat French fries with dinner last night?
I did. Dang, I did. I was about to say I didn't, but I did.
Y'all.
I damn sure
did.
This
woman eats French fries with every single meal. Breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Not breakfast.
Girl, first of all, yes, you do. We cannot even go to certain fine dining establishments if they don't. She's going to Google the restaurant and confirm that they have not Papa's Fritas, not potato wedges, but good crispy French fries on their menu, or it's a deal breaker.
It's a deal breaker, certainly.
What in the world is this fascination with you? And now you have Zard, like, addicted to French fries.
We love fries.
You have a baby.
It's not my fault.
It is absolutely your fault.
It ain't.
Whose fault is it that y'all are addicted to French fries?
We are genetically.
Hey, are you a service-based entrepreneur that helps your clients or customers get some type of result, but you're struggling to post and communicate your message on social media? You don't know how to type a caption that connects and gets people's attention and converts them from just someone who's following you on social to becoming your customer or your client? Great news is that's my superpower. So I'm sending you 3 text messages every single day, excluding major holidays, directly to your phone of exactly what you need to post to get people to buy and convert them into clients and customers. All you have to do is join my program, Post to Paid, and you can do so by texting the words Post to Paid to 404-737-2767. And the best news is just $37 a month. So hurry up, send me the text. I'm looking for it now.
Entwined.
French fries is not a part of the journey of you becoming your best self.
I know.
Just an FYI.
I know. I gotta stop.
What's it gonna take? Because you're a change maker. You are a leader. You're a culture shifter.
You know what? I'm a Taurus, and I don't like people telling me what to do.
But what is it gonna take? You tell you what to do. What's it gonna take?
I try to tell myself to stop, but my other self said, "Eat it." It's like, I don't know though. I do want to stop. I don't want to stop completely, but I do want to control it. Like, I just feel like I control so much things. Like, I don't eat beef no more. I don't drink soda. I do drink ginger ale. That's not soda. It's black people's medicine. But I was able to stop things like instantly. But it's the French fries. I just love them so much. They got a hold on me.
And the Doritos.
Nah, I stopped Doritos plenty of times.
But you ate them today.
I know. I know.
We have our weaknesses.
Yeah, I know. But I didn't have Doritos since like 2020. Like, in 2020, when I had my baby, I didn't want him to eat nothing, so I stopped. I recently just probably had Doritos probably like 8 times within the last 6 months. And that's when I started 6 months ago.
8 times within the last 6 months. So you know that's more than 1 time a month.
Okay.
That's a lot.
I started 6 months ago. We were in Kentucky and my sister had a big bag and I'm like, why would you just put that in front of me?
Why would you do this and put this? But you are a professional snacker.
I know. No, see, you met me at my best. I used to have a bag of snacks, like every bag of chips. Not now.
If we go on a trip, what's the first thing that happens?
Okay, on the trip. But guess what? How many look, what I tell you? I said, as long as I have them, it's different. I may not even touch all of them. But me having them next to me, it's just a safe space to have them. If I don't have them and I got to go get them, then I'm going to definitely eat them. But if they're right there,
you just know that they're there, and you're not going to eat them.
Yes, ma'am.
That's your way of having discipline.
No, it's my way of just, I don't know. It don't even really be discipline. It just be like, I know they're there. I know that they're there, so I'm not craving them. It's weird. It's just a weird thing.
Y'all, don't listen to that part.
Don't try this at home. Results may vary.
Don't try this part at home.
It works for me, though. Having it. If I don't have it and I got to go Uber Eats and and order it, as soon as it comes, if I don't have it and I got to go to Uber Eats or something to order it, as soon as it comes,
you about to kill it.
Yeah, but if I already had it and I pre-planned it, then I won't touch it.
Isn't that crazy, though, how you can be so disciplined in certain areas? Because when it comes to handling my business, I'm disciplined. There's nothing you can do to make me not handle my business. But I'm literally on this challenge right now, and I had to challenge myself.
Oh, you're doing so good.
I'm doing good.
You're doing really good.
Yeah, I had to challenge myself.
You making me want to be better, though.
Okay.
But that's what real friends do.
Yes.
They help you want to be better.
Yes.
But I got to go to the bathroom right quick.
Okay,
that's
we're going to
cool?
pause.
Y'all can pause it? Is it live?
Can we pause it, Reese? We've never had that before. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, y'all never did?
No.
It's alive?
It's not like.
If you see any double chin, tell me to turn my face a certain way. Okay, Reese?
I hope you got that in the episode.
Get it in the episode. Run it back. You want me to repeat it? Make sure if you see any double chin, tell me to switch my angle.
Because you are all about the aesthetic.
I'm all about, I don't want a double chin.
You don't want a double chin.
I'm in the gym. I want to be in the gym for a reason.
You in the gym?
I have been.
When?
I've been there 4 times this month. That's better than January.
That is better than January. 4 times this month, only 1 bag of Doritos.
No, not this month. I said 1 bag of Doritos. This month maybe 3. I kind of went overboard. I don't know.
No, I'm so confused. Oh my God, just stop it. Okay, y'all, we are back. We have to take a very, very, very quick break. We've never taken a break before on Full Transparency. I want to get back to leave it to Milan. Leave it to Milan to need all this breaks and stuff. I want to get back to talking about discipline.
Wait, no, don't say leave it to Milan because they're not about to think I'm a diva, okay? I had to go pee. First off, I can't believe y'all be taking our breaks.
We will literally record for like up to 2 hours. No bathroom breaks. I do be over here having to hold it sometimes.
See,
so
I know. Like, I said, wait, cut. Can I go?
No, we had to take a quick bathroom break. For my non-diva, just have to use the bathroom, have to potty a lot, Milan. So I want to talk about discipline because our show, the audience, they're entrepreneurs. And I believe that the reason that I just made a post the other day, I believe that the reason that most entrepreneurs don't hit their goals is because they're not disciplined enough to do the activity that it takes. A lot of people will argue and say, oh, it's about money and funding. And that's true. Like it looks like it's about money and funding. But I also believe that if we were doing strategic activities, we could put our hands on the money. And we're just not disciplined enough to do the work, even when it's hard. That said, I am on a journey of proving just how disciplined I am.
Of proving just how disciplined you can be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's really a challenge. Like I have been telling myself forever that I hate the gym. I hate the gym. I hate working out. And it's the truth. I hate working out. It is so hard. And in order for me to get back to it, I had to challenge myself. I had to create a discipline challenge. I'm going to work out every single day, 7 days a week for 42 days straight. That's 6 weeks.
You've been doing really good.
I have been doing so good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so ready to quit. I really am.
Even still?
Oh, for sure.
I feel like after 4 straight days.
You want to do it with me?
I wanted to. I have a freaking 3-year-old.
Okay.
It's no excuse, guys, because I don't typically make excuses. But when I'm with friends, I feel comfortable to make excuses because they gonna just catch me in my stuff.
Because you,
so I'm not going to make the excuse. But you
can build a multi-million-dollar empire as a mom, but you can't make it to the gym.
I know that's really an excuse that I just.
It's for sure.
It's BS.
Excuse. So we should go tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Yoga plus a workout.
What time?
Evening.
Talk to Aisha.
Wait, let me tell you what's so funny about that. Can I tell you what's so funny about that?
What's so funny?
We've had a couple of moments. Can you come fix me, Reese? We have had a couple of moments where I have had to side eye you, for sure. For sure. Because
I say talk to Aisha.
Like, who the hell she think I am? Yo, I can't. It was like the first trip we were taking, we just randomly talked about a trip. Like, oh, we should take a trip. I told you about this meditation retreat that I had went on like a while ago. And you were like, I want to do it. So Milan hits me up and she's like, hey, tell me about the resort that you went on, blah, 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 blah. I want to take this meditation retreat. And I'm like, okay, bet. So I forward her the links. And she says, you should come. And I'm like, when? She's like, this week, next week, whenever it was. It was very quick. And I'm like, all right, bet. So I send you the links. She turns around and says, "Can you mind sending this to Aisha?"
No, it wasn't the links I asked you send to Aisha. It was the dates. It was something you asked me about the dates. And I said, text Aisha for the dates.
Text Aisha for the dates. Now, Aisha is like Milan's
Right here.
brain sometimes. Like, she knows her whole everything. She accesses her availability. She knows what she can do. She knows what she's going to say yes to. She knows what you bet not ask her in an interview. Like, she knows her, and that's such a blessing to find somebody who can think for you like that, right? But you're talking to me.
So listen, this is full transparency, and you said you have an entrepreneurial audience.
Yes.
Y'all have to understand. Entrepreneurs have to understand entrepreneurs. And me as an entrepreneur, when I get sent to the assistant, I understand 100% because guess what? You don't know your schedule, and you're going to have to reach out. And because I respect it, all right, let me just go right to the person that knows it best.
But you know what I do?
What?
I go to my assistant and say, hey, we're trying to do blah, 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 blah. Like, I would never tell you, contact my assistant.
So guess what? That's the beauty in our differences.
That's the beauty in our differences. Yo, Aisha, I got to tell you. So we're traveling. I forget where we went the last time. New Orleans. We in New Orleans. My feet on fire. I'm ready to go. Everything is too tight. Like, all my clothes too little. I had a little bit to drink earlier that day. So.
What was we doing?
We were.
You know what I'm saying? When you said all your clothes was too little.
I had on that body shaper.
That costume?
Yeah, I was in that costume.
Okay.
And I had on that shaper. That thing was about to snatch my soul. So Milan just moves. Okay. There is no conversation of, hey, we're about to leave. We're about to do this. We're about to do that. She's just like, all right, come with me. And so we're walking. And we got security. We're walking behind security, but security he could be taking us to the bar. He could be taking us to the bathroom. He could be taking us a number of different places. So we end up outside. And Milan turns around. She's like, hey, you called the car? Bitch, when? When did I call the car? And I'm like, no, I haven't called the car. And she's like, all right, can you call the car? Meanwhile, I'm juggling. I had something in my hand. I cannot remember what it was, but I'm like juggling two phones, got this going on. I'm going through my text messages because now we're standing outside. The people that we're with, they got their car. So
my
now
phone was dying.
Your phone was dying.
That's why I said, did you call
She's
him?
like, can you call the car? Can you call the car? And I'm like, yo, I just took my phone out my purse. Can I have a second? And she's like, okay. And so I'm looking, and it's like 15 seconds later, and she's like, did you get the driver? Did you get the driver? I'm like, slow down. Oh my God.
I don't like to be outside I like to be
right to the car.
Yeah, I didn't know. Yeah, I'm like, I don't feel safe. I want to get in the car. But my phone was dying. I thought, now that I'm looking at it from your perspective, I didn't realize that you didn't know that we were leaving.
No, I had no idea. So we're outside. We're literally now outside. And so I'm trying to, it's that moment when you need the information the most, you can't find it. So I'm going through my phone, and it turns out that something is wrong with my phone. I'm trying to search the driver's name and blah, blah, blah. And Milan comes over after my 15-second search. Here, just give me the phone. Give me the phone. I got it. Let me just.
She got us exposed, bro.
You had us exposed in New Orleans, of all places. We're just standing outside the club looking, and it turned out our driver was right there.
Like literally right in front of us.
He was right there the whole time. But it's an interesting dynamic. It's definitely an interesting dynamic when you are hanging out with all your successful friends. And what I love is like everybody has their assistants, and you do this, that, and the other. And I just hadn't gotten used to directing people to my assistant yet.
Well, I don't think it's an issue. I feel like, it's just a matter of busyness, right? Mm-hmm. Because like we all could be entrepreneurs, but some people is not as busy.
Yeah.
And I have so many people communicating with me on a daily basis.
Yeah.
So like I got I'm sure once I leave from here, I'm probably gonna have tons of text messages.
So
if you want the most of my time, then
so if I want to go to breakfast with you, I gotta hit Aisha.
It depends on what I'm doing. Because sometimes I know the schedule and sometimes I don't.
Is Milan allowed to go to dinner after this?
We gotta go back to the office. We gotta go back to the office. But
I'm not even hungry.
No, I want some shishito peppers.
I am hungry.
I want some shishito peppers, but we gotta go back to the office after this. Because I got another meeting.
Another meeting. Your mom. You have a 3-year-old son.
Yes.
how do you manage? Because speaking of excuses and speaking of discipline, there are people who are saying, I'm a parent. Some are saying, I'm a single parent. So now is not the best time to start my business. How do you manage your day-to-day being extremely busy? Also managing your friend, because you hang out with your friends a good amount of time, right? And being a mom. How are you balancing all of this?
I try not to use the word balance. I try to harmonize. And I remember doing an interview in 2020, and the girl, she said that. She said she tried to harmonize instead of balance. And I'm like, oh my God, that's the perfect way to describe me. I just try to let it all flow together. Because when you balancing, like, you never making it work, right? And if you see me, you know, like, everything really flows into one another. Like, so I just get it done. The most important thing I do is create that to-do list. So, like, every night I go to sleep with my to-do list. And I try to say, like, I go to sleep with a goal so I can wake up with a purpose. So I'll list everything that I really need to get done. And then I wake up and then I figure out how I'm going to accomplish this, like what I got to do. And sometimes I got to move a little bit things around because I'm a mom, you know. But every day I get it done. And my main thing as a mother is being present for my kid. So even though you are present, sometimes you're not present as the mom. And I know that how easy that can be, you know, confused or misconstrued. So, like, I try to at least give him at minimum 15 minutes of uninterrupted time. 15 minutes of uninterrupted time where I'm sitting there watching what he want to watch, or I'm playing with Hot Wheels and I'm being controlled by a 3-year-old telling me to do X, Y, and Z of uninterrupted time. And the rest of the time, I'm still there, and he may be telling me to do that, but I may be on my phone while I'm doing it, or I may be on a computer while I'm playing with the toys. But the uninterrupted time of 15 minutes, I feel like I really try to make sure I get that done because it's very important to him to see me present, you know? And sometimes I can do more. But I just try to make sure I give that the minimum because you see him with me all day long.
All the time.
And that's why I said being present and present is two different things.
Very different.
Yeah.
It's important to not let that slide over your head if you wherever you're watching this. 15 minutes could sound like so little, but when you are thinking about being with a 3-year-old, we're talking about the difference between present and presence.
Right.
Zara's with you all day. Right? But you're working, you're in meetings, you are like, okay, yep, that looks good. You're loosely there, like, oh yeah, that picture looks good. But 15 minutes of uninterrupted watching, what is it today? Gracie's Corner. That's out, like, watching whatever he watches on TV, listening to whatever he wants to listen to, watch whatever dance routine, drive what, like, because I see you on Instagram, you're in his, like, cars, riding around your house in his car. 15 minutes of uninterrupted time. There's no phone. There's no other conversation. There's no work. That's a lot. Yeah, it's important for me to do that. And it's also important so your question really was like, what advice would I give a mom that feel like she can't do it because she have kids? Is like, look, the best gift you can give your child is a happy mom, is a fulfilled mom, a mom that's chasing after her dreams. And they need to see that, you know? Even if you fail, they need to see you failing. Like, my son, he sees me fail probably 5 times a day. And what I want him to get from it is how I bounce back and how I figure it out. My son is a problem solver already because he sees me solving problems. He sees me putting out fires. Like, it's okay. You don't have to be perfect, but you just need to start. Whatever it is that you truly want to do, you just got to go for it. No excuses. No excuses. I have a question. This is when she's going to side-eye me. So we're both on this journey, becoming our best selves. That also means getting our man. How is doing what you do for a living, like, impacting your dating life?
I would say that it's impacting my dating life because I haven't really made time for it. Like, if I wasn't doing this, I'm sure I probably would be married with like 7 kids by now. Because I would have much more time to really focus on that. So that's the only reason why it's impacting my dating life. I haven't really had time to even see who I want.
So when are you going to make time?
I need to make time. I actually just need...
I need to make... And you know what? As a matter of fact, I need to make time.
I need to make time, but that's why I wanted to just get a matchmaker because I don't know how much, I don't got time for going on all of these dates and trying to figure out if somebody is the one.
You don't think dating is fun?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I never really dated much, Like I never really like did the dating scene. I did it a few times, and I'd rather hang out with my girlfriends.
Yeah, I like going on dates, but I am super shy.
Are you?
On a date? Oh my God, until I'm comfortable with you, like I am super shy. I can go.
Show me Shy Donnie. What is Shy Donnie like on a date?
You have to see me on a date.
Nah, give me something. Like, what makes you shy on a date? What you nervous?
I could go in a convention center and speak in front of 100,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people always ask, do you get nervous? And I'm like, a little bit, but you just shake it off. The thought of going on a first date makes me nauseous.
What makes you like, what is it?
Because it's like the getting to know you, answering the questions, like, you're yourself, but you're still like, how much do I say? How much do I not say? What do I give right here? What do I give right here? Do I look okay? Like, is there something in my teeth? It's just always.
See, I be done asked that question.
You're going to be like, is something in my teeth?
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because if you ain't going to tell me, I'm going to ask.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be like, yeah, I'm definitely going to ask.
I am so shy in in first time settings with men. And I mean all first time settings.
That is crazy. I would have never guessed.
Mm-hmm.
I asked the most questions.
Oh, I'm going to talk. Mm-hmm. I'm going to ask questions. I'm going to answer your questions. And you will think I have it all together. But I am so, like, on the inside, I'm like sweating.
I would have never knew that.
I wanted to hurry up and be over.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would have never knew that. But, yeah.
You gotta give more attention, because you be on Instagram talking about, like, this is my season. We just practicing for our husbands. But we gotta actually hire the matchmaker. I don't know that I'm gonna hire the matchmaker. I like the dating sites.
No, I'm not doing no dating site. And I really don't want to go through a matchmaker, but it will be best because my time is limited right now. Mm-hmm. So me having to go and meet somebody and go on a date and then have to do that a lot of times to find that person,
Hopefully
I'm like,
not a lot.
I got to do this. I got to repeat this how many times? Uh-huh. Then I'll be like, you can't go for me?
But not can you go for me. But even going through a matchmaker. So I spoke to a matchmaker.
At least they know what you're looking for.
Kinda.
No, they should. If they're bringing me somebody back and they're nothing that I'm looking for, then no, we're not going on a date. Yeah. When you're going on a date, you don't even know if this person is what you're looking for. Mm-hmm. You got to learn that right there.
You have to learn that on the spot. I kind of feel like I get it. I get the whole matchmaking thing. I've done a call with like 2 agencies, I think, so far. I kind of like the last one that we talked to. Mm-hmm. I like them a little bit. So
are you going to pay for it?
That's the thing for me. It's the cutting the check for the matchmaker for me, because I'm conflicted. They do. What? It's giving. I shouldn't. I don't know. I feel like I'm paying for the first date or something. I don't know.
No, I'm definitely not paying for the first date. I feel like it's giving job application.
It's giving job
I'm filling out what I want, and let's see who they can find.
I get
So
it.
The reason why I don't mind it, because I never met anyone in person, and I started to like any of my exes. I never met them in person. We just became a couple. Everyone was like referred to me, like somebody knew someone. No one ever just like walked up to me and like, yo, hey, can I get your number? Mm-hmm. So like I never experienced it. Where I actually gave my number.
I got some people that I can introduce you to.
I don't know. I know everybody. That you.
Wait, what do you mean? I know some people. Can I set you up on a blind date?
No. It's like, no, not a blind date.
If I let you set me up on a blind date, can I set you up on a blind date?
Not a blind date.
Okay, what about this?
I would have to know. Well, as long as security there.
Yeah, okay, we can have security. That's very intimidating for a first date.
They don't gotta know. Security
can be somewhere, right? Okay, what if, do you mean going by yourself on a blind date, security has to be there? Because I was going to say, what if you bring somebody, I bring somebody, and it's like a blind date, but it's a blind double date?
Child, a blind double date with Donnie?
I think it would be a whole lot of fun.
I don't know.
You don't think so?
Security gotta be in the corner.
Security will be, what's going to happen?
But as long as you know the person.
Yeah, no, for sure. I've never dated, like, I can't think of a single stranger that I've ended up in a relationship with. When I think about, like, my long-term relationships, they've always been a friend of a friend. Always. And that's what I'm comfortable with.
Yeah.
The whole, like, matchmaker thing kind of scares me a little bit just because it's so intentional.
I want to be intentional.
But that's very intense. It's like, we're both here. We both did this paperwork. We both signed up for this service, and you better want me. Like, it just
is that not what y'all do on the dating sites? We're both here. We both want this person, and we both swipe to get it, right?
No, the dating. So first of all, dating sites for me are like people watching. I just be liking the swipe.
Yeah.
And I'm too scared to say something. Like, I'm on the one site, Bumble, where...
So do you want me to go on a dating site and, like, look at your profile and find you somebody from your profile?
You don't ever be suggesting attractive men for me.
I've actually suggested a few attractive men to you.
I can't think of one.
I can't remember. You want me to pull out the text? Like...
Because I can't... You don't ever suggest attractive
I suggested... I don't have a lot of the guys at this age, they are in relationships. Mm-hmm. So I can't suggest everybody. But the one person I did suggest you was like, he is fine.
I said that?
Yes.
I don't have any memory of that whatsoever.
I'll show you the text when we depart.
Okay. Do like this. What's his name?
I didn't give you the name.
Oh.
You asked me something and you said, oh, no.
That's it. So you heard on Full Transparency, I am setting up Milan on a double date. Or on a blind date.
You heard wrong.
No, you got to be intentional.
That's not being intentional.
Yes, it is.
You set me up on a blind date.
Absolutely. The matchmaking service does the same thing. I don't even think we get to see each other's picture beforehand.
You do.
No, they just tell you, like, he'll be wearing a red shirt sitting at the bar. That's how that one worked. The last one.
No.
Promise.
No, not for me. No, she said they're going to send you everything about the person, including the picture. They just don't send out your photo. Because the people they connect you with is not a part of their service. They going out to look for people. Like, they're going out to actually go look and recruit people. That's what they do.
Oh, so it's a chance that I paid and he didn't? No, ma'am. That just ruined it for me. You got to know somebody. I'm going to be intentional about going through my catalog of who I know, and you be intentional about going through your catalog. We hold each other accountable, and you hold everybody in your life accountable to their goals, to getting things done, and I'm holding you accountable to this too. I don't need to be held accountable for real. I'm already intentional.
I know. I do.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all, see, this is why y'all gotta ask those questions ahead of time, because I had no idea I was about to be in a hot seat for dating. Some dating questions.
That's it. We can leave it there. I'm glad that you agreed in front of all the people who are gonna watch this that I can set you up on a blind date. And that's that. So we leave it on the table. The next time we ever have a conversation, it's gonna be like, where's my invitation?
To the wedding?
To the wedding. If I set you up with him.
Where's my ring?
Where's my ring, baby? Yeah, this is it. This is the time. And I believe that, I think that everything is happening in life right now. And it's just lining up at the perfect time.
Yeah, I think so too.
Do you think so?
I do.
Do you really think so?
That's why I don't think I needed to go on a blind date, because I feel like,
oh my God.
I feel like he's just gonna line up.
It's not, matchmaking is just lining up. I feel like matchmaking, first of all, if I got matched with somebody who was found and they didn't invest in the service, he's gonna have to refund me my bread.
I feel like he will.
He gonna have to give me my money back.
I think he will.
Because I can't feel like, you know what I mean? I'm not doing a match.
I think you overthinking it.
Am I?
Yeah. Or I don't care what nobody thinks.
It's not even about what anybody thinks. It's about what I think.
What do you think about a matchmaking service? What do you think about a matchmaking service that's different from dating service? The dating app and the matchmaking app, I feel like they're the same thing.
Because we're both
I just ain't got time
invested.
to. No, they're investing in swiping like they swipe on Instagram, and they swiping and swiping and swiping and going on dates. Like in social media?
I don't want to talk about dating anymore.
Okay. So I have some questions for you.
Okay, I'm listening.
Anyway, to my entrepreneurs, make sure y'all get those questions ahead of time before you be in the hot seat like me. Because I had no idea I was about to be talking about my dating life.
We always talk about dating.
And that's why I feel so raw right now talking about it. I feel like I forget the camera was here.
You forget the camera was here because it's comfortable on the sofa on full transparency.
Yeah, this sofa is very comfortable.
It's very, very comfortable. Let's talk about you and the decisions that you have to make every single day. Non-dating decisions. As a CEO, what's some of the toughest decisions you've had to make recently?
Some of the toughest decisions I had to make recently. I feel like I'm making tough decisions all day long.
All day.
Like literally, like and the crazy thing is the decisions I make is tied to the future of my team life. Like, right? Like it's tied to so much. So like the pressure be on me. Like I gotta make the best decision. I gotta stay up, even if I'm tired. Like last night, the night before, I only got 2 hours of sleep. And last night, I was super tired. I really wanted to go home and go to sleep from work, but I stayed up working because it's like, I gotta work. If I don't work, my team don't eat. And my assistant texts like, you didn't go to sleep yet? And I'm like, no, I'm about to go to sleep shortly. I texted back and like, Rochelle, you still up? Go to sleep. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go to sleep. It's just like, I'm making decisions every day, and I got to make the best decisions. So it's not really just about me, you know? I got to make the best decisions for my son, because I got to make sure, like, I have to create, like, it's all on me for, you know, or like the responsibility is on me. I got to work hard, you know? I got to be successful. I have no choice but to be successful. But yeah, I'm making hard decisions every day. I can't think of one off the top. If you remember one, if you remember any that we talk about.
No, it's just the everyday building a business. It feels like it's always something. And this isn't complaining. It's like the reality of what actually happens.
Even decisions like, will you hire this person? Like, do I want to take the chance on this person? This person looks so good on paper. This person sounds so good in the interview. But like, what is my gut telling me? Like, because I got to make the conscious decision to bring certain people into my team, you know? And I told my team, like, I don't want to ever bring them the wrong hire again, because the wrong people can really affect the productivity by 30%.
You sound like you have a measurement.
Nah, I saw that data, but I really believe it too. Yeah. Like the wrong person next to you, if they're not doing much, it's going to not, like, you're not going to be motivated to do much either. But if you're next to an overachiever, it's going to motivate you to want more. It's going to motivate you to do more. It's going to motivate you to want to see more too. And I was just talking to my aunt about that yesterday, because she was like, she said, I feel like I always did my work, like regardless of if the people next to me did it or not. I said, yeah, but you probably did just enough. Because once you see more, you want to do more. I said, just look at this example, right? If your neighbor get a new car, you want a new car because your neighbor got a new car. If your neighbor just got a pool in her backyard, now you're looking up the price of pools because you want that. When you see somebody overachieving, naturally you want that. You want to overachieve because it's motivation. Once you're around motivation, it's inspiring you to be motivated, you know? Yeah. If you're around people that's not doing much and they don't care about their job, it's going to be like, all right, well, she getting away with it. I'm just going to do my job, and I'm not going to go above and beyond, you know? So it's very important to bring on the right people on your team. And the energy. Negative energy can be transferred.
Creating a team culture, but I think that negative energy comes from the tolerance of the culture that the CEO is building or the founder is building. You may not be the CEO of your company, but that's why it's so important to have a pulse, like to be active in your own company, because so many people scale so quickly that they remove themselves from the day-to-day before the culture is really established inside the building. And I've been at your corporate office. You guys operate like a family. Like everybody reports to everybody. You have your routine meetings. You're really operating at a high level. And I would love for you to give like a little bit of insight of what that looks like. So you have meeting after meeting after meeting. Talk to us about some of these meetings. What kind of meetings are you finding yourself in and day out?
On a regular basis, we have a lot of internal meetings. We did just switch my schedule, whereas though like I try to do heavy meeting days so that every day is not filled with meetings, because it got to the point where I was just meeting all day, every day, and I would be up in the middle of the night doing my work because that was the only time I was able to get it done because I was in heavy meetings all day. So now my heavy meeting days are pretty much like Monday and Wednesday and Tuesday. We move some stuff around for you, sweetie.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
But my meetings look like, so I am the CEO and founder of Milano Di Rouge. It's a lifestyle clothing brand. And because of my industry, I'm pretty much in meetings with the design team. I'm in meetings with the COO and the CAO. I have meetings with our marketing team. I have meetings, who else I'm meeting with? Our financial team. I'm meeting with the executive team. We have coaches meetings. So like all of our managers, we have weekly meetings with all of the managers, and we like to call them coaches.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm pretty much, and then those are just like internal meetings. We have production meetings. I have so many meetings, but then I'm meeting with external people, like building relationships, contractors, vendors. It's gotten much better because as we grow our team, a lot of our team members are handling a lot of the meetings, but it's certain meetings that they need my eyes on. They'll need me on to help make a decision that only I can make at the time,
Yeah.
But yeah.
Do you believe entrepreneurs are born, or can they be developed?
I think both. Some people born with it, and definitely anybody can be developed to do anything. I just feel like you got to want it.
Yeah.
A lot of people, like, you truly have to want it. A lot of people say that they would like to be an entrepreneur, but that's like a lot of people saying that they want to be a singer or a basketball player too. It's like you got to really dedicate yourself to doing it. Because sometimes, and then sometimes it's something that you want until you get into it, and then you see that it's harder than you thought, or you see that it's not really for me. Because sometimes you got to try it to really know that it's not for you. But I do feel like anybody can do it.
Yeah.
You just have to have the willpower to want it.
Do you think what you're doing is hard, building Milano Di Rouge?
I think it's hard, for sure. But I do think anybody can do it.
But what's different about you? You have, I know you don't like to talk numbers, but you have a really largely valued company, highly valued company. And there are so many people who have tried their hand at starting their own clothing lines, boutiques, like even I did, and wasn't even a fraction of the level of success in that particular business that you are right now. What's unique about Milano Di Rouge and why you have like this cult-like following?
You know what's so crazy? So one thing that's unique about Milano Di Rouge is me. Like my following, not, and I'm not saying cocky at all, like not because it's me, but I'm saying it's like, it's me. Me and the brand is like, I gave it everything that I love to do. Everything I love to wear, I make. Everything that I like, that I enjoy, I put it into my business. I'm not separating these things. It's fully, like I'm fully vulnerable. If I want to share something on social media, it's just me being me, And I feel like people dig that. People understand it. Like at a time when everybody wanted to appear so perfect, I was showing that you can be a masterpiece and a work in progress at the same time. I was literally showing like me outside. I didn't want everything to just look so beautiful and glamorous, because when I got into this business, that's what I assumed. And then once I really saw the real, I'm like, this is what people really need to see, because then they can help them decipher whether they want to do it or not. So I was just showing like the whole process, and I wasn't afraid to show the not so glamorous stuff. And I think that's the difference, because people really was able to see themselves in me. And I put everything I love into the brand. So it's not just clothing, right? So when I have a fashion show, I love entertainment, right? I love poetry. I'll have a poet there that's doing a really dope poem to inspire people. I will have dancers there. I love dancing. I was just doing things that weren't normal, that weren't typical. Everything that I genuinely love, I tied it into Milano Di Rouge, so it doesn't feel like work. And people can relate to Milano in some way or another, because some element of it
Hey, CEO, Donnie Wiggins here, and I am so excited to announce my new mentorship group is dropping. You may have already heard about it, but I wanted you to hear it from the horse's mouth directly from me. My new mentorship group, Actionable CEO, for entrepreneurs who are interested in professional growth, personal growth, and financial growth. You want to learn from me. Y'all have been asking for this for the last 3 years, and I have finally brought Actionable CEO back to serve you every single week. Direct mentorship from me. You will also hear from other people who are in my community that I believe will be greatly impactful to you. You're going to get behind the scenes. We're going to be spending some time together live. This is not pre-recorded. This is live mentorship. So if you are an entrepreneur and you want to be connected, feel connected, you want to elevate your brand, you want to elevate your life, you want to elevate your level of success, Actionable CEO is for you. ActionableCEO.com. See you there.
It can like really resonate with anybody, right? But the other thing is God. Lemire called me one day and he was asking me like, yo, what did you do? Like, what was it? What wasn't it? He kept drilling me. And as I was answering everything that he was asking, he was like, no, it wasn't that. No, it wasn't that. No, it couldn't have been that. Because he started giving other analogies so that we can figure it out. He's like, nah, that same person did that for that person too. And that same, like, it wasn't that. It wasn't that. And then I'm like, well, look, God. He said, bro, that's what it is. It's God. I'm like, yep, it's God. For sure. Mm-hmm. That's the only thing that I can really say because, yeah, God definitely blessed me. He blessed me with this vision. He blessed me with this brand. And I don't take it lightly. I don't take it lightly.
What's the vision for Milano Di Rouge? You're already huge. You are a household brand. I remember when I first came across the brand, I think I saw something on Instagram. And
was it my Instagram or somebody else's?
It was probably somebody else's because I wasn't familiar with you. And that's a story for another day. But I came across these bomb jeans. And I was like, God damn. It was another influencer. And I'm like, I got to know where you got these jeans from because she shaped similar to me, but the body was bodying in these jeans. And I asked her where she got her jeans from, and she's like, Milano Di Rouge. And she's like, influencer. So she assumed I knew what Milano Di Rouge was. I didn't know. And so I Google it, and I come across the site, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to order one pair of jeans. Let me just see if I get my product on time, and let me make sure it fits, and And so I get the package super fast. I ordered one pair of jeans and I put on these jeans. First of all, let me just tell you, when I wore these jeans, okay, for the first time, the boys were calling me thick. Who? Me? I'm thick. Oh, let me order more of these, okay? The boys are calling me thick. At that time, I was in a relationship and it was just, wear those jeans that you got, wear those jeans. So I had to order more of those jeans. And when I went back to order more of the jeans, that's when I realized you had men's clothes too. So I was like buying stuff for all the men, like friends and whoever that I would buy things for. And I'm looking at the men's clothes and how they fit. And I'm like, this is really good stuff. But at the time, all I saw was t-shirts and jeans. And so I'm like, well, I got everything. Like I got the jeans, I got the t-shirts. I didn't order multiple pair of jeans at this point. I was like, man, she has really good quality. Why doesn't she do more? And then you just started coming out with everything. It's like piece after piece after piece after piece. You want this color? We got this color. You want that? Oh, you need this color too? And it's like so many things. And we were doing an event in LA to speak to some high school age students. And David set this event up and he's like, you're going to interview Milano. And I'm like, who? And he's like, Milano Di Rouge. You wear her clothes all the time. And I was like, oh my God. That was the first time I connected a person. So I went and looked you up. Like I went and looked up your Instagram and I was like, okay, she cute. And I'm like, she's cute. And that was our first time meeting because I don't do a whole lot of, at that time, if I'm being totally honest, I was really into what people call high-end labels. Like I'm into all the I wasn't buying nothing that wasn't Fendi and Gucci and all of this stuff. So when I ordered the jeans, I don't go look for what Mr. Gucci looks like.
Right.
I wasn't looking for what Miss or Mr. Milano Di Rouge looked like. So I look at your Instagram and I'm like, okay, all right, she cool. And we ended up meeting and hitting it off. But I swear from that point, it just felt like you've been releasing piece after piece after piece after piece, like exponential growth. Right. It's mind-blowing.
Thank you.
I mean, it's really mind-blowing.
Thank you.
It's also scary. Like you have to have a certain level of confidence in your abilities, in your brand, in your customers to be like, order it all. We're going to take all of that, and I know I'm going to sell this. How do you approach that?
So, I mean, it wasn't. We've been building up for over 11 years. Mm-hmm. So we've had multiple different styles and different designs, but yeah, I really make what I like stuff that I genuinely like, stuff that I would genuinely wear. We make it because I know if I like it, people like the way I dress, people like my style.
Definitely.
Then a lot of other people will like it. But now, since I'm getting a little older, I got to start making things that other people like too. Because I'm like, no more crop tops, no more this. All of our clothes are too tight. Like after I had my baby, I started to reevaluate everything. Like, what the heck? Why was I only making crop tops? We don't got no full-length shirts.
Wait, because your brand is part of my fitness journey. Like, it's the motivation behind it. Because I'm like, yo, if you're going to wear these clothes, you got to be fine. Like, you got to come in here popping out. And it really is. First of all, we're both wearing Milano Di Rouge today.
Wait, but no, you literally can wear Milano Di Rouge throughout your entire journey. I wore it throughout my entire pregnancy. Even when I was losing weight after my pregnancy and I didn't feel the most confident, Milano Di Rouge was the perfect gear for me. And I'm not just saying it because I created it, but I was very intentional because I was going through different things that I wanted different areas to be concealed. That's why our jeans is the high waist jeans. That's why they adjust for your waist, because it's the different things that I know that a woman's body really needs. I started to be more conscious of the body after I had my son.
And you can go to the website and see that's another thing that I love that your brand does. It's not the typical or only the supermodel aesthetic. It's everyday women and everyday men and even everyday kids who are getting their life wearing your clothes. And if you go to the site, milanodirouge.com, we'll put it in the caption too. But if you go to the site, you'll see, like, literally, these are clothes made for everyday people.
Yep.
Literally.
Inclusive, not exclusive.
Inclusive, not exclusive. We got a lot to work on this year. If you had to prioritize 3 areas that you need to improve on, just as a woman, it can be as an entrepreneur, as a mom, just whatever. What are 3 things that you need to be intentional about working on this year? Great
question. 3 things I want to be intentional about working on this year. It would be my fitness journey for sure. I'm trying to be fine. Like always.
You already fine.
No, I want to always be fine though.
But you are always fine.
I want to like all the time.
All the time.
Yes.
From every angle.
From every angle, yes. But when I say fine, I'm more so just like, I don't want to complain about where I am because I want to always be working on something, you know? And I just want to I want to get more into my fitness journey. Like, I want to enjoy doing it. My sister loves working out. If she don't work out, if she's going to be upset with you. If I make her miss the gym, she's upset with me. She love what she do. And I want to love it too. So definitely my fitness journey. I do want to be more intentional about, my relationships, you know, finding a good loving man. You caught me off guard with the whole relationship question, so I was answering them like a little funny, but I do want to be intentional about finding a really great loving man. I'm at this stage where it's not only dating for me, it's for my son. So I got to be very intentional. Yeah. So definitely got to get a good, great man of God, and just being the best leader I can be. Like, I read a lot of books and just working on myself so that way I can create more leaders and I won't have to work as hard.
What are you reading right now?
Right now I'm reading Good to Great.
Good to Great.
Mm-hmm.
I love that book. Yep. You are always reading something. You're always like at a conference. You're always learning. You know, another thing that that inspires me about you, it doesn't matter who in the room is talking. If there is somebody in that room that's putting out information that you didn't know or things that you need to be reminded of, you're like this. You just, and the first time I saw it, we're at a conference and someone's talking to you and you're literally like this the whole time. And I was like, is she being rude? Is she just gonna be in this man's face? Just, like he's talking. But you were taking notes the entire, like every single word, and you do these things consistently. What are some habits that you have that you're super consistent at that you believe contributes greatly to your success?
Definitely taking notes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always listening, and I'm always willing to take advice. And I'm willing to take advice from anybody. And I'm willing to learn from anyone. I'm inspired by so many different people's journey. Like, no matter if they're more successful than me or, like, regardless of the situation, like, I'm going to learn from anyone. I can literally pull up to someone and they could just be on the corner. And hey, what happened? Like, I want to hear your story. Like, when someone walk up to me and they ask me for money and I'm giving them money, I want to know your story. Like, because I want to learn from you, I feel like we can learn from anybody. And I don't take that for granted because I see when people don't do it, and I see when people think that they can only learn from people that's more successful than them. I see how I see how they operate. And me working as a home health aide, I remember I used to give so much, telling like the managers like, hey, I think we should do this. And it was always dismissed as if like my opinions wasn't valid because they were the manager and I was just a home health aide. And it taught me early on that I want to learn from everybody because everybody got something to say or they can contribute something that I did not know previously, right? So I feel like me being open to learn has contributed a lot to my success. Like anybody can tell me anything.
Yeah.
Taking notes, reading books. I always used to be buying books because before Milano Di Rouge, I did used to love to read. But once I had Milano, anytime I would open a book and I'm like, I might as well do work. I might as well read this email. Instead of reading this book. And it wasn't until last January I made the conscious decision like, yo, I have to read books. Because the information that we need is in these books. These people already been through what we've been through. They wrote it about it. Like we can find so many different answers in these books. And this is what a lot of people are just missing. Like we're watching success stories on Instagram and we're looking at YouTube, which is a good thing too, but some of this information is right in these books, Yeah. And if you don't enjoy reading, get Audible. I be driving and listening to books sometimes, the ones that I really find like it's hard to read, and I'm just driving and listening to it.
Yeah.
So it's different things you can do, which the information is there.
Walking the walk. Walk the walk.
And then another thing I'm doing is being more intentional about utilizing my resources. And I'm not the best at that because like people would be like, yo, you have so many contacts in your phone. Just text this person and they can help you resolve this issue. And it's not about money or anything. They just saying like, this person just already went through it. They were like, you don't think that they would just love to help you and give you the advice? And I don't know. It's something about me that I just don't like asking for help. I don't. You ain't notice that?
Do you think that it's holding you back?
I could be. And it's not that I don't like asking. It's like I don't like wasting people's time, right? I feel like if I can research it, and if I can Google it, then it's like, why am I asking you if I could just Google it? Because I feel like that's a waste of time, right? But it's certain situations now that as I'm growing and I'm scaling, it's like, all right, I can't just Google it. It's too complex. I need somebody that been through it to tell me this.
To give you understanding.
Yeah, so I'm getting better at that. I'm getting better at reaching out to like, but I still won't waste nobody's time. If I could Google it, I'm not asking. If I can't, it's like, all right, hey, I know you've been through this issue. How do I get through this,
Yeah.
But and just like connecting with other CEOs because they know things and we can speak on different levels, whereas though you understand exactly what I'm going through. You know what I'm saying? Because we've been there. So I was like very intentional about really building like my relationships with other founders and other business owners.
I have two more questions. What's the best piece of advice you've been given that you've actually applied?
Dang, you just put me on the spot with that question. I can't remember.
always been given such good advice.
Yeah, I feel like I get so much good advice all the
Yeah.
time. That's why I be taking the notes.
What's the latest, like anything? You may not remember the best, but what's some advice that's like driving you right now?
Damn, somebody just told me something the other day. Oh. What would you say the best piece of advice I've been given? That you know of, that you could think of, that I'll be referencing? Slow to hire, quick to fire.
Slow to hire, quick to fire. Listen.
Hiring is guessing and firing is knowing.
Hiring is guessing, firing is knowing. Yeah, I feel that for sure. Okay. I like that. Now I'm going to ask you another question. This is going to be the last question, so you got to make it good.
Okay.
What do you want? First of all, okay. What do you want at the end of the day? What do you want your life and your journey and everything that you've been through to stand for?
That's a great question. I just want my life and my journey and my testimony, I just wanted to inspire someone else. And more importantly, I always say, like, I always think about the young girl in the hood. Mm-hmm. Because I feel like we need to see more people that look like us, that came from where we come from, do it. Because once you see it, you can't unsee it. And once you see it, you know it's possible. So I just want my life to be inspiring for someone else. I want them to look at me and be like, yo, she come from the hood just like me, you know? Like, her father was incarcerated all her life just like me. She grew up in a single parent household just like me. If she did it, what's stopping me? She dropped out of college just like me, you know? And that's not something I brag about dropping out of college. Even though I am successful, I still don't brag about it. I'll be like, I need to go back and finish. But
will you?
Yeah, I do want to.
Okay.
I literally do.
How much time do you have left?
I have 6 classes left.
That's it? I was going to say let's do it together, but I got a whole lot more than 6 classes. In fact, I've been out of college so long, all my credits are probably expired. I'd have to start over.
Man, you know what I did? I ain't even going to tell you what I did.
What'd you do?
The craziest thing. The first time I ain't even going to say it.
You're not going to say it?
No.
Okay. When you going to go back to school?
I don't know.
But you are.
Like, probably when Zara go to school, we probably go together. I was
going to say, that would be so cute.
For me and Zara to go to school together.
Y'all go to school together.
That's going to be in so many years.
Yeah, well, yeah, don't wait, actually, thinking about it, because you would probably have to start over by then.
Do you really have to start over?
Yeah, your credits only last for so long.
I mean, well, shit, you acting like I've been out of school since 2013, 2014.
Girl, I've been out of school since 1999. Do you remember?
Really?
I'm 10 years older than you.
I'm like, wait, what? Really?
I am 10 years older than you. I dropped out of school, which was not my intention, but I did drop out of school in 1999.
What school, though?
North Carolina A&T. College. Mm-hmm. Yep, I dropped out of college in 1999.
I don't think them credits expire.
I'm for sure. Let me Google it. I'm pretty sure college credits expire. Let's see. Hold on.
While you do that, I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
What impact, I know it's your 1-year anniversary, what impact are you looking to make with your podcast?
Okay. Oh, as a general rule, college credits do not expire.
Exactly.
Once you've taken a college course,
those
are yours forever.
Listen, I was going to say, give me my money back then. If it expired, I want my money back. Run me my check.
Okay. What? I was going to say, let's go to college together, but I'm going to quit. I'm not going to do that.
6 classes is going to be a breeze.
I have way more than 6 classes. And not even that I'm going to quit. I'm going to drag my feet. The way that you drag your feet on your French fries and Doritos in the gym, I would drag my feet on college because my major was chemical engineering. I would have to like completely shift gears.
See, my major was business entrepreneurship.
Yeah, my minor was business.
The crazy thing is the classes that I have to take are like the classes that I despise. I took them all of the hard classes, I took them last. The classes that I really wasn't interested in, calculus, statistics, accounting.
Let me think about it before I commit.
Those are the 3 classes I got to take, calculus 1 and calculus 2.
If we go back to school, we going on campus or online?
Well, it depends if my king come.
Relieve some of this duty. It depends, king. Put me back in school. Free up some time so I can go to school. Jesus Christ. Impact. 12 months into full transparency. For the podcast specifically, like everything that I have done has been to be the evidence of hope. Like I really am the voice of hope. My life has evolved in a way where statistically, this isn't supposed to be my life, right? Everything that I have gone through and experienced says that I should be doing something completely different. And statistics would have it that based on how I grew up and what I've experienced and the fact that I'm a single mom, I should be somewhere struggling on some kind of aid. And I was at one point. Your girl had them food stamps, all right? But even when I had them, it was a last resort. Like there are people who live their life to qualify for that type of aid. Like, oh, I don't want to make too much because then I can't get my food stamps. I don't want to do this because I can't get this assistance. Even when I was going through that phase of life, I always wanted to get out of that phase as quickly as possible. Like, I'm going to need it, but I only need it for this amount of time, right? And so I really believe that my life is a symbol of hope for so many people. Like, you can do it. You may not know this, but I went through a stage in life where I would literally, like, the utilities were off in my house. I had to go to the gym because it was free if I lived in that zip code. I could go to the gym and I'd get gallons of water and I have to fill the water tanks up or the water bottles up just to pour in the back of my toilet to flush my toilet,
wow.
right? Playing hide and seek in the dark with my daughter, making her think it was a game, but really the lights were out. And playing it so that she wouldn't, when her dad picked her up, she wouldn't tell her dad that we didn't have utilities because I was too proud. Like you talk about not wanting to ask for help. I was really too proud to ask for help at times. And just the way that I have crawled.
1 second though. Remember that. I'm not too proud to ask for help in that sense.
I was too proud.
It was more so like, I don't want to waste somebody's resource, right?
Yeah.
But in the sense of me needing something, I'm going to ask. And I urge anybody that's watching this podcast to ask. Only because when you ask, you're going to find out one or two things. Whether the person that you're asking is really there for you or they're not.
Yeah.
And sometimes you may just have it in your head that they're not going to do it, but you don't know until you ask. And you may just feel this way.
Yeah.
But if you don't ask, you won't know. But once you know and they don't do it and you really need it, like you really, really need it, and you haven't burned the bridge or nothing, and they don't do it, then you know how to treat that person going forward. You know?
I was prideful. At that time, I was extremely prideful. I couldn't ask for help, but not just because of ego. I couldn't be that kind of burden to somebody else. Like my pride was attached to not having the desire to be a burden to somebody else, because the people that I would have gone to ask, they didn't have it either. It would have been like a major sacrifice for them to give it to me. So for me, it was like, it has to be a need. And even through all that loss, I still didn't see it as a dire need. It's a need, but I knew that we were going to get out. And when I was going through all of that, I always knew that I would be something greater. I always knew that God had a bigger plan for me. And it's just panned out. I've always been committed to the idea that God has something else for me. I've always also believed so wholeheartedly that he wouldn't bring us to it just to stay here. Like there has to be something on the other side of this mountain that we have to climb over. And every single day I live my life putting it all on the table. Like just the little things that I do. Like you talk about your line is about your company, not just your line, because there's so much more to it than that. But your company, your brand is about the things that Milan enjoys doing, what I want to wear, what I like to smell, what I use. You know, you've got all the things, and my life is really that. Like someone asked me today, I made a post about how to identify the best business coach for you. And somebody said, do you ever think that showing the other sides of you interferes with that. And I said, oh, no. That's in fact exactly how I built my brand. I want you to see that you can be a respected woman in business, but you can still be soft and fun.
Right.
You can be firm, but you can still be fragile, and it's okay. I want you to see that you can be vulnerable and you'll still get respect. I want you to see that laughter is the true aspiration. Joy is the true desire.
Right.
I want you to see me going through these phases where I'm trying new things. I'm at dance classes. I'm going to dance classes. Right. I am at the gym. I'm with my friends. We're traveling the world. I'm trying all these things, because if I don't, and there's no other example that comes across your TV or your phone or your platform, any kind of, then who is there to show you the evidence of what's available?
Right.
That's what this is for me. And 12 months is a really big deal, because I did not want to start this podcast. Like, David nudged me. He's like, your voice is so powerful. People need to hear it. And 12 months means like consistency. 12 months means me believing in something that I did not understand at first. I didn't know how it would be different. I didn't know how I was going to find the time to do another thing.
Right.
12 months means me just borrowing somebody else's belief and just going out there and doing it. Like, I don't want to do this. I know I have a voice, not sure how the pieces are going to fit, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to do it scared. I'm going to do it tired. I'm going to do it busy. I'm going to do it ugly. I'm going to do it afraid. It's done. We 12 months in, and we're not stopping.
Yeah. I love that. Congratulations. What do you feel like was your favorite? What was your favorite episode?
Oh, my favorite episode. My favorite episode to date has been with Wallow.
Oh, Wallow?
Yeah. My favorite episode to date has been with Wallow. There's a couple that's been really, really great episodes, but the reason that episode was is one of my favorites is because it was different from all the other episodes. Wallow really came and sat on this couch, and he stood on who he is. Like, he held nothing back. There was nothing, there was nothing off the table. We left like he had done a previous episode of the Social Proof podcast, and he talked about this is how you treat women and, all this stuff. And I'm just sitting here with them joking on our episode, and he's like, oh, let's go. And we went on the Target shopping spree. And when I tell you, I've never had someone, and Wallow and I are completely platonic before you guys start in the comments, but it was so much fun, but exhausting. That man wore me out. I was ready to stop shopping 7 minutes in. I mean, it's Target. It's too much. I'm ready to stop shopping 7 minutes in. He's like, nope, you're going to fill up these baskets, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do that. And I just never, he's so much fun. He's bubbly, and he's so inspirational. His episode was for sure one of my favorites, for sure.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. And of course, Finesse. Finesse was one of my favorites just because of who he is. If I got to think about some favorite episodes, just because of who Finesse is, and any opportunity I get to joke with people. And I'm looking, there's one other episode, I got to see what the name of it was. Anytime I get the opportunity to joke with people and pull out the real, you know how it is when people put on this persona that they want everybody else to think. And so anytime I get the opportunity to sit down with a peer and show people the real version of them, like what you don't get to, people think Finesse is like this playboy and all this stuff. And he is all those things, but he's also a really soft, fun, big-hearted guy.
I think y'all episode was really good.
Yeah.
It was really good. Even the advice and the insight you shared, I know it helped a lot of people.
And my last favorite wasn't too long ago. It's this gentleman, Sean Crummy. This episode was really fun. He is a mindset development expert specifically for men. But this episode was powerful because not many people sit on this sofa and take me to another place mentally. And he had me reflect like on some childhood memories that I use, like he had me thinking about my great Aunt Betty and just going to these good places. And he gave me a different perspective on loss and how to shift it into the thought process of you never really lose anything, just what it meant to possess that thing has transitioned into something different. And
I need that episode. I need to share that with my stepmom and sisters. Or my stepsister. Because she would love, they would probably love to hear the episode.
Yeah, just, just remember, like in that, I literally sat here and remembered the way she smelled and remembered the way she talked and all the things. And he really helped me to see loss a whole lot differently.
Yeah, that's good. I got to check that out. Make sure you send it.
I'm going to send it to you right after this episode. That's all I have. This has been amazing.
Wait, I do want to say something because as you was talking about the, what you was talking about, the access, what y'all call it, welfare? You was talking about access card? You said welfare, food stamps. That's what you talking about, food stamps. When you was talking about food stamps, I was like, I remember I couldn't wait to get food stamps.
Really?
I wanted them so bad because people that had them had crabs. And I'm like, I love crabs. I can't wait to get some crabs.
I wanted the food stamps so I could get some crabs.
But then the other day I was just driving and I was listening to Beanie's single and Eve song. It's called Remember Those Days. Did y'all knew that song? We from Philly. It was like a big deal. But it would be like, remember the days? But in his rap, he was like, I'm gonna change the excess card. So in Philly, the food stamps card was the excess card. Was it called that?
EBT.
Okay, he was like, I'm gonna change that excess card into a platinum express card. And when I was listening to it, I'm like, damn, I remember it. We were in the car with my mom. I was sitting in the back. My sister was in the front. And when that part came on, I snatched the card out my mom's hand, and I'm like, I'm gonna change this excess card to a platinum express card. And like, I really did it. Yeah. I was driving that. Yeah, I really did that.
Yes. You know what? You just made me remember something. When I got my first EBT card, that was the moment for me that shifted my whole perspective on dealing with losing everything in life. So I was the one in the friend group, like, she's supposed to be successful. Like, I'm very outgoing. Even though I'm shy in certain situations, I'm very outgoing. I've always been super ambitious. And it's like, oh, she's supposed to have it. And so I lose everything, right? And I think even in high school, I might have been voted like most likely to succeed or something like that. I lose everything.
I was voted best dressed.
Were you? Did I get best dressed? I don't think I got best dressed.
You would have remembered.
Yeah. No, it's been so long, darling. You haven't been graduated as long as I. I didn't get that. I won a lot of stuff though, right? I'm not. So anyway,
most likely to succeed is way better than best dressed.
Well, it was a number of things. No, in high school you wanted to be best dressed. You didn't want to be most likely to succeed.
At this age, I want to be most likely to
now,
succeed.
Yeah. None of it means anything actually now. Right. But so anyway, I'm that girl. I lose everything and I have to go into the whatever the office is. I hate calling it the welfare office, but I don't know another term. So I have to go into the welfare office to get these food stamps. And I'm in there. You wait hours to get these dang on food stamps. And so my name finally gets called. And my old co-captain, I used to be the captain of the cheerleading squad. I was a co-captain with someone else. My old co-captain cheerleading squad partner is who gets my case. Oh. I'm like, oh my God. Okay. She works at the food stamp office, and she married like that guy. Mm-hmm. He got all the money. They're living the life. She got the BMW. She's da-da-da-da. So I'm just like big rock on her finger. I'm feeling so judged in this moment, right? And we're going through the application, and you actually, at that time, I don't know what it's like now, but at that time, you actually had to go through an interview. You have to fill out your income, where you're getting money from, who you provide for, and they literally go through every single question to verify that your answers out of your mouth are going to match what's on the paper. And I'm just sitting there like feeling so humiliated. And I remember saying in this moment, I wonder if she's going to go gossip about me and start talking about me and all these things and telling people these stories. And it was that day that I said, you know what? You're going to beat everybody to telling your story because you're smart and a terrible thing just happened. But you're not going to stay in this situation. And I literally remember sitting when I was waiting for her to come back with the card because they gave you the temporary card in real time. And I just told her everything that happened. Like, this is what happened, but girl, I'm about to come back. I'm only going to need this food stamp card one time. I'm only going to need it one time. I ended up needing it a couple more times than the one, but I was so serious. And I remember going on Facebook at that time, and I just shared my story. Y'all, look, what you are about to see, what you are about to see is the biggest comeback you've ever seen in your life. Like,
you shared it while you was going through it?
I shared it while I was going through it.
A lot of times people share it afterwards.
Nope. It was important for me to share it while I was going through it, because I did not want anybody to beat me to my own testimony. I didn't want the rumors flying around, because I just know the way at that time that I received things. Like, I didn't grow up in poverty. So dealing with this was a new experience for me, and it's hard on like your confidence. It's hard on what you think about yourself, your self-identity. And I just said, look, y'all about to see the biggest come up ever. I started writing down the names of the people that I admire, and there was nobody that I had great admiration for that did not have a story of hardship at some time. And so I said, okay, well, this is what the greats do.
Right.
So I literally put it out there on Facebook. I'm like, y'all are about to see the biggest comeback you've ever seen, like that you have access to. And from that day forward, it's been about proving that to be true. And I have literally manifested everything, year after year after year after year. Not to say that there weren't some setbacks, because there surely were some setbacks, but that food stamp card, I did not stay on it long. I don't even know how long I stayed on it, but it wasn't long. But it was definitely the pivotal moment for me. And it had to happen, because if that didn't happen, it could be that I would still be living in this facade of what was really happening. And it was my transparency before anything else that has helped to generate the success that I have today.
I love that. And I hope that the audience take away from that is owning who you are at every stage. Because once you own it and once you accept your flaws, no one can use them against you. And really just not caring about what people think. Because to be honest, people that are truly successful, they will never talk about you when you're down. They won't. Only person that will talk about only people that will talk about you when you're down or try to kick you when you're down is someone who is down too.
Yeah.
And that's how you got to understand hurt people.
Hurt people.
Because a successful person going to look at it, they're going to either want to help you or they're going to sympathize with you because they understand that they were right there with you. You know,
Yeah.
They were in that position before.
Yeah.
So use everything to try and make yourself better.
Yeah.
Utilize it. It's just a test for your testimony. And the only way to get through it is to go through it. Own your story, own your flaws. And once you own them, no one can use it against you.
Nobody can use it against you. That is a whole fact. I got to thank you for being my 1 year episode guest.
I wish I was better. I wish I wanted to give some strategy and some tips, but I guess it will be another one.
We'll have to do another one.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so full transparency is very different. It's the entrepreneur, like people want to know who you are.
The person behind.
They want to know
right?
who you are. We'll definitely have an opportunity, and we'll do a whole lot more. Like, this isn't the guest that I have on this show. You're not just a one-time hitter quitter, right?
I mean, I am a hitter quitter. Sorry.
I be hitting and I be quitting. No, she don't. She is not. No, but I want to thank you for being my 1 year guest, my 1 year episode guest. But I also want to thank you for being a great friend. You came around at a time in my life where I was coming on the other side of yet another hardship, another tribulation, right, that you have to go through. And when people are always commenting, I get the comment a lot. Okay, Donnie started hanging out with Milan, and now Stella got her groove back. Why you laughing so hard, Reese?
Reese.
That's not necessary. That's not necessary. And it's a thing because people remember what you show them most. And there was a period where I kind of disappeared away from the internet. I wasn't posting. I just didn't feel like doing all the things that I used to do. And definitely you came at a time where I needed to be pulled out of that cycle that I was going through. And I feel like I'm back. Like I'm back to who Donnie was, like that girl who was there 2018 and before. I'm back to her.
Is that?
And I needed to get back to
pre-relationship down there?
Oh, now you playing?
No, I'm just saying because I feel like
she pulling a me on me.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just saying because that's the one thing that a lot of people like. You getting out of a relationship and finding who you are again is a big deal.
Yeah,
that's a big deal. And having friends that can help you pull you out of it, especially one that didn't know that what you were going through.
Yeah,
it definitely does help.
Yeah, it for sure helps. Yeah, I mean, so I won't even say it's the getting out of a relationship, but your relationships, platonic or romantic, but it's whatever relationships you keep super close to you can change you, right? You start to develop into what you need to be, who you think you need to be in order for these relationships to be successful. And sometimes that's a great thing. Sometimes it's not so great of a thing. But when you are out of those relationships, it's like even when you lose a good girlfriend for whatever reason, right? It's like, man, if that person was who you spent so much time with, it's like, damn, what do I do by myself now? Like, how do I just go back to it just being me? And you have to go through this cycle where you're finding and discovering yourself again. And that definitely happened. And it happens to women a lot in relationships. I didn't necessarily like lose friendships and not really that, but I grew into a different person, and I'm grateful for that time period because who I grew into during that time has a lot to do with who I am today. But I think I forgot during the growth, or I neglected the parts of me that make me so relatable and so fun and so this, that, and the other. And I needed to get back to the fun. Like during that time, I was in a very serious stage of my life. I had never been so serious before. And I had to remember who the fun, spontaneous, just excited about life person is and what that looks like. And now I'm taking dance classes from Beyonce's dance captain and stuff, like out here and looking for one. You got to do one with me. It was the time of my life.
You did so good. I got to do it for sure.
Yeah. Not only is this Milano Di Rouge on my 1 year, first of all, Janika,
First of all, edit that out.
No way. Everybody, are you serious?
Yes. Run it back. Yes.
This is, first of all, Milano is my 12-month guest. You're not the first friend that I've had here, but you go down in history as my 1 year celebration and as the longest conversation I have ever had on Full Transparency.
Is it? Of course it is, because we can talk.
The longest conversation that I have ever had on this platform, and it's been amazing. Can you close us out with some words of inspiration? Again, this is entrepreneurs. This is a mixed group, and these are people who are looking to find something in these powerhouses that they see online every single day that they can relate to.
Okay, I will close y'all out with never lose yourself in love. Never lose yourself in motherhood. Never lose yourself in friendships. Never lose yourself in work. I feel like always bring yourself to these situations. Bring 100% of you. They either going to love you or they're not. And if they don't love you, those are not your people. Just be authentically you. Show up and show off. Because once you lose yourself, it's hard to find yourself again. So try not to lose yourself.
Try not to lose yourself in the first place. I love that so much. You guys, thank you for being here for a full year of Full Transparency. I will see you in next week's episode. We out.